Hello, Eurovision fans. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, which I started just a few weeks ago, and we just reached 100 subscribers. I'm really happy about that, so thank you for subscribing. Today I will be rating the Estonian entry for Eurovision 2023, which is the song Bridges by Alika. I will be looking at different aspects of the song and performance, giving points. Then we will have an overall rating, and I will also make a prediction of whether Estonia will qualify to the final and also how it will do in Eurovision in general. The first aspect I want to look at are the lyrics of the song, which I think are quite special. She sings that she wants to tear down walls and build bridges, maybe out of the same bricks that she got out of the walls. So I think it's a song about finding yourself after a period of hardship, going forward out into the world. So you could see it as a song about the end of the coronavirus pandemic. She also says, no more time to waste, let's live our lives. So probably about opening up after the coronavirus pandemic, but you can also interpret it as someone after a bad relationship, starting their life again, going out into the world again. And I think it's a very interesting topic, especially for a ballad. So I'm giving 5 out of 5 points for the lyrics. Now, the voice, I am basing my opinion on the live performance in Liverpool in the final. And I think her voice is extremely interesting. It's a very distinct voice, and she has a very wonderful tone about it. You would recognize this voice on the radio. That's Alika, and that's a very good thing. There are some parts that are almost operatic when she sings, and I especially love the parts where she's really strong and there is a growl in her vocals, which I really, really like. Adds drama to the song. However, there are some parts where I thought it sounded a little bit unclean. So where they could tweak the vocals, they could improve the performance a little bit. But I'm giving 4 out of 5 because I just love the tone and the sound of her voice. And there's a lot of potential for Eurovision to be a jury vote grabber, for example. Now, the personality, I think she comes across as really sweet, in some parts a bit nervous, but really sweet. And the nervousness adds to this sense of vulnerability, especially in the first part of the song, where you really just want to hug her. There's this one part where she sits at the piano and looks at the camera, and it looks almost emo, really sad and emotional, and you kind of want to hug her. And then she stands up and smiles, and you feel like, yes, she is going forward, building bridges in the world. So a good performance. I think they could improve the camera angles more and show her face more and the emotions. And she could turn down the nervousness a little bit more, not all of it, because I like how it seems more vulnerable. But in the end, I'm giving 4 out of 5 points for personality. Now, the performance. I'm giving extra points for the self-playing piano. I think we have never seen that in Eurovision, and it's a quite fun gimmick to add to the performance. However, I'm not 100% sure whether some people won't find it a bit too gimmicky and a bit comical that the piano is just continuing playing. It's kind of like a satire on Eurovision artists pretending to play their instruments. But yeah, it's an interesting part of the performance. The performance in all, I think some of her hand movements are a bit distracting, even though I like where she grabs her own arm and it's like you have anxiety and you don't want to go out and meet new people, but you kind of tell yourself, do it. You have to be building bridges, and you're kind of holding on to yourself doing it. I really like that part. But there's also a good progression, as I said, standing up from the piano, going out into the world. I really like that. But I think there's more potential to the performance. The outfit could be better, I think. And so I'm giving 3 out of 5 points for the performance. Now, the most important part is the song. I think it's a very solid ballad, a very Eurovision-y ballad. As I said, for the performance, the song itself also has a good progression. She goes from a bit quieter to more dramatic and really giving it her all. The chorus and bridge, like this motif da 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 is really catchy and I really like it. I have it in my ear, as you can see, and now you also know why I don't sing. Um, uh, and I like the drama, I like the melody, so it's a good song. And we don't have a lot of ballads yet, as far as I can see, in this Eurovision, so she could do really well with it. And I am giving 4 out of 5 points for the song. Now, and that gets us to an overall rating, as you can see, of 4 out of 5 as well. I am weighing song and performance more, but yeah, you can see most of it are 4 stars, so overall rating 4 stars. Now, let's predict whether Alika can do it and make it to the final for Estonia. So, as it's the only ballad, the only traditional ballad that I've seen so far, and she's also in semifinal 1, which is shaping up to be a bit less competitive than semifinal 2, perhaps, I think it could qualify. The problem she has is that there are no juries in the semifinals, so that could hurt her. But I think in the end, especially if she improves her vocal performance even more, it should be able to qualify. Because there's people like me who love ballads and they're going to go for it. Now, in the final, I think she can go anywhere between 8th place. I'm not seeing it doing a top 5 or anything else because it's just not special enough to do that. And it could go as low as 20th. It really depends on how they stage it and how her voice is on the night. So, but I think Estonia can look at a pretty good mid-table Eurovision result. What do you think? Do you think my opinion is completely wrong and the song is not good or could have been much better? Or is there something I'm not seeing in the song? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more reviews, predictions, lyric translations of Eurovision 2023 and videos on Eurovision history, please like and subscribe. Thank you and bye-bye.